Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting, fun-filled, thrilled episode of Wrestling Prime. And I am your host, Tom Dog. And yes, it is my birthday. And yeah, or what's left of my birthday. So yeah, I am excited and everything. Yeah, I am tired. I had a good time. Had a nice, relaxing birthday. I had some pulled pork and heated up some pulled pork and had some ice cream cake, some nice wonderful ice cream cake, and so yeah, I had to and everything. So yeah, um, we got ourselves aside from my birthday, of course, happening. We also we got a really busy show tonight. Let's put it this way. And to celebrate, I gotta have some of this because I got this at Hardcore Sweet Bakery, and I haven't been there in a while. And these guys are amazing. You gotta check them out if you haven't. Check out their website over at hardcoresweetbakery.com. Comments are live. You can you know come on in and say hi and everything. But this one is amazing because and I should have had something on top of this or underneath it rather. And what pretty much what this is, it is a strawberry cupcake. I'm just going all crazy here today. That's the advantages of getting older. Things like this happen. And so yeah, this is a strawberry cake, a cupcake, but not just any strawberry cupcake. It has alcohol in it and alcohol infused. So yeah. Mm. Oh, that's some strong liquor. Some sort of strawberry liqueur. And, oh, what is that strong? Ooh, I'll be damned. So yeah, don't worry. Hey, it's my birthday and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna mm, chow that down and everything. So yeah, pretty good. I like it. It's not a review, so otherwise you would have saw this on Tom Dog's product review. So, but it is a very good um cake and liquor. Liquor's pretty strong, and I'm a dog. So yeah. So yeah, shout out to our Force Bakery for an awesome pastry. I'll finish that off later. But yeah, this is a very, and why not? It's my birthday, and I can cry if I want to. Yeah, I'm not gonna cry because there is no crying in wrestling. So I'm in a good mood. Had a good time. Nice relaxing time and everything. And so yeah, before we do that, let's do the shout outs and the plugs and everything. Even though I already just did one plug for Hardcore Sweet Bakery. Love those guys. They're awesome. But big shout out to my good friend Raz over at Mats and Monsters. Check him out over on YouTube. You'll be glad you did. And big shout out to Crypto Slam. Big shout out to everybody over there. Tails and the gang. Big shout out to them as well. This episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. You have any wrestling collectibles that you want to get rid of? If you want to part ways with, make a little cash, and if you have some autographed items as well too, they will take good care of you. And if you happen to be in the Southington, Connecticut area and you want to check out this amazing store, do so by checking out their website over at mnjvideogames.com. They have a nice selection and everything like that. You know what? I just thought of something. That could be mighty useful to me. Ugh. Infuse the alcohol into this Arnold Palmer. That little swirly whirly. I just thought of that now. And you know what? I'm a little daring. So it's my birthday. Stir that around a little bit. Perfect. Had that going in no time. So hey, it makes it taste a lot better too. I just realized that, and I could have just put that in there the whole time instead of just drinking it straight, which I could have also too. But it is what it is. So, oh, we're gonna have some fun here today, and so yeah, and I gotta shout out. I have to shout out BoomTube Comics, and there's a reason why. I was in there getting I was in there getting a comic book earlier, and I'll talk about it more on Thursday because the comic that I bought is unrelated to the comic book that I saw, which is why I'm talking about it here. And there's actually a Rey Mysterio comic book out, and I could have bought it, but I was a little tight on cash. So yeah, it's amazing. But once I get the funds and everything like that, I'm going back to BoomTube Comics and get in that comic book and review it here today on the and review it uh when I get my hands on it. But yeah, it was actually really cool. And so shout out to BoomTube Comics. Go to boomtubecomics.com and check out some really cool comics that are available now. And also big and then of course check out over on their website, BoomTube Comics. Oh yeah, boomtubecomics.com I already said. But also to um check out their if you happen to be in Southington, Connecticut, check out their store. It's really amazing. Tell them I said. Um in a couple of weeks, Terrificon will be in Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun Convention Center. August 16th through the 18th. And Samoa Joe is going to be there, AEW wrestler Samoa Joe, as well as WWE Hall of Famer Sergeant Slaughter. Um, Definitely worth checking out if you haven't. So, um, tickets are available now at terrificon.com and check out this amazing con. It's really awesome. I've been there a couple of times and it is amazing. You will absolutely love it and cherish it, and you will have a blast. And I've been there a few times already, and unfortunately, I won't be able to make it due to some personal issues, but I will be there in spirit. And so, yeah, and check out the Dorkening podcast booth while you're there too. Um, so no, they'll be there and have a good time and everything like that. And tell them Tom Dog says hi. So yeah. Um, but just to let you know, if you're asking for Tom Dog will not be there. I'm sorry, but like I said, I will be there in spirit. So, so yeah. Got some AEW news. Um, Brian Danielson, he's going to be he's all set to prep for he's prepping for his match against Swerve Strickland at All in a few weeks, and it's going to be a good match. And the card is so far amazing. And once I get the full card, of course I will be doing the predictions and the results and all that good stuff. So yeah, this is going to be really good time and everything. And I might do a double episode, a back to back episode. Actually, no, because given the time period and everything like that. Um, but yeah, it's really cool. Um, and MJF, he's the perfect heel. I'm glad for heel MJF. I like heel MJF. He's like the perfect addition. He's like the perfect guy to go to get over and everything. And he's so awesome. He's really he's when he's good, he's good. But when he's bad, he's even better. So yeah. Um. So just continue getting that heel heat and everything. And so yeah, I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen at All In. And so yeah. Um. What else is going on? What is going on in the news? Nothing. Okay. Um. So yeah, they Collision had a special start time earlier today. They showed up. They did their show early because didn't want to conflict with SummerSlam. So that was awesome and everything. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. Also too, um, Britt Baker, um, is has been announced that she has been suspended. Um, but I'm not going to read too deep in it because personally, what I think about it, I think what they're doing is that they're it's all to me. I think it's all work. So um, yeah, I've only read a little bit of it, but um, once I get more information on that, I'll relay that to you. And everything, but yeah, it was shocking to read that this morning. I was like, what the hell? What the hell's going on there? But after reading the article, I was like, okay, it's a war. So yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So before we get into the tonight's SummerSlam results, I figure we take the Wayback Machine and go back to 1997 for SummerSlam 1997. And this was a very important time because this was the first time, and this particular pay per view holds very near and dear to my heart because so this was during the time of the early stages of Wrestling Prime. I started back in 1996. I started Wrestling Prime in 1996, back when cable access was a thing, and so it was right at the proper time of um, doing the show because WWE and WCW were head to head on Monday nights for rating supremacy, and this was like a really good time to be a wrestling fan. And but for this SummerSlam in particular, this pay per view holds near and dear to my heart because of the fact that this SummerSlam was the first SummerSlam that they showed on my birthday. So this was a really good birthday present for me for many reasons. And we'll actually get to that um shortly. And this was a really to me I thought it was a pretty good pay-per-view. And the matches that they had was a steel cage match, Mankind versus Triple H, and Mankind won that match. Very good match. Uh, Goldust fought by Brian Pillman. He won. Goldust won that match. The Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, they defeated the Godwins, Henry and Phineas, and yeah, it was a really good match. European Championship match. British Bulldog defeated Ken Shamrock by disqualification. Um, 8-man tag match. This one was actually very interesting. Because at the time of the show there was some stable groups. There was a lot of stables in the WWE. There was Los Barriquas, Disciples of Apocalypse, which they those two teams fought. There was, of course, Nation of Domination, and of course DX, Generation X, and so yeah, and yeah, it was actually a really good like I said, it was a really good time to be a wrestling fan, and it was actually really awesome. And but yeah, Los Barricos defeated the DOA in the 8-man tag match, and then now the match that holds very near and dear to my heart, and that is Stone Cold Steve Austin facing Owen Hart for the Intercontinental Championship. At that time, Owen Hart was IC champion, and he was he was on top of the world, man. I miss Owen. He was absolutely one of the best um, wrestlers, and I dare say that he was even better. He was actually, to me, I personally thought that Owen Hart was a lot better than Bret. And this particular match holds near and dear to my heart because um, Stone Cold Steve Austin won the match and became Intercontinental Champion. However, it came with a price, and he took a Stone Cold took a pile driver, and of course breaking his vertebrae in his neck. Apparently his Austin's head was too low um underneath the legs, and so there was no way for him to protect himself. And once the pile driver was given, it was he couldn't hold the weight down and everything, like he couldn't support his own weight. And so yeah, he was as Vince McMahon put it, hurt badly. And yeah, and but nonetheless, Steve Austin became Intercontinental Champion, and that was actually one of my birthday presents. And I was like, I just want to see. I was like, what would you like for you know? I remember, my younger kid, it was like, what would you like for my birthday? And I said, Dad, the only birthday present I want is to see Stone Cold Steve Austin beat Owen Hart for the IC championship. I said, okay. So he actually got on SummerSlam. So because I wanted to, I love it. I've loved Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was actually awesome. He's damn good wrestler, and one of the most popular, over superstars at that time and everything. And yeah, he was really really cool. And yeah, he was Texas Rattlesnake. So yeah, um, but yeah, it was the finish, the way way it was ended. I mean, it's passable because of given to what had happened to Steve Austin in that match. So yeah, I tolerate it. Even nonetheless, Steve Austin won, and I'm happy for that. So yeah, and and then the WWE Championship match. Um, with Shawn Michaels as special referee, Bret Hart defeating The Undertaker to be crowned the WWE champion. And very good match. A lot of drama there and everything, especially with the with the feud between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. And so yeah, it was a really big deal. And so yeah, and this was a really good match and everything. So yeah, overall, I rate this. I give this match a B plus. I'm being generous and everything. Um, and yeah, at that time it was awesome. It was a fun show, and hey, the some matches hit, some other matches didn't. But, but yeah. So, alrighty. So let us get the results for tonight's SummerSlam, and we will go to the Bleacher Report for that one because I forgot to jot down notes. And I thought it was buffering. I thought this was a really good pay per view. This was a really good pay per view, and of course, I believe this was the second time it was on the 3rd of August, and so yeah, really cool stuff. And Jelly Roll opened the show. He was musical guest there, and he had a good time. He sung "America the Beautiful," and "God Bless America," I should say, not America. And it was a good rendition of it. It was really good. And then he sang one of his other well, I forgot what it was, but on the opening contest, Liv Morgan defending her women's world championship against Rhea Ripley, and Dirty Dom was in there too, and he made his presence felt. Very good match. Um, one moment they which was cringe later on. Rhea Ripley got hit in the corner, then had a dislocated her, had dislocated her shoulder. You can see the bone was sticking out, and then she the cringe moment was that she popped it back into place. So yeah, not really a big fan of that spot. I know Bret Hart did that one time going against Ric Flair. He broke his finger separated, and he pulled it back into place and pop it back in the socket there, and that was also very cringe. And even Perfect, who was at ringside, uh, saw how cringe that was. So yeah, it was it was a it was a fun, interesting moment. But anyways, this was back a long time ago. And it was really good. It was a really good. And there was one moment where um, where Dominic actually prevented Ripley from using a chair, and said, "Hey, you're gonna get and he was right. Um, was was saying that, hey, you're gonna get disqualified, and yeah, he was right about that. But then, um, Dominic, sorry about that. Oh boy, I had a busy day today. I had a real busy day. Never get a break. um, so Liv Morgan, hit the Oblivion, and it was got the 2 count. But then Dominic distracted the referee. Then Morgan ended up hitting a second Oblivion, but this time um, he landed the Oblivion uh, onto the chair to get the win, and and they showed Dom smiling, and then the unthinkable happened. Dominic and Liv Morgan played tonsil hockey outside the ring, and Ripley was pissed, and yeah, this this was a match. This was a match, and I give this match an A minus. Give this match an A minus. It was a really good match. One interesting before we continue, the one interesting piece that I forgot to mention before I started doing this review is that there's a new feature for the referee, and they're wearing a small. They are now have to all referees have to wear a small camera on on an earpiece, so we can see the point of view from the referee, because lately the referees have been botching spots, and so this way here we can view the replay and see it from a referee's point of view, and it's creative. I like it. I don't know who thought of that idea, but I like it. I actually do. And so yeah. Um, the big distraction that the only distraction that I thought about this pay per view before I continue um were before I continue with it, there was only one major distraction that took away from the entire show, and that was the advertisements on the mat. Um, I get it. There were, there were too many. That on each on two corners there was an ad for Wingstop, and then there was another one for one of the smartphones and everything, and it was just like, really. And then in the middle of the ring, you got this big Prime energy drink gimmick, and there was also Prime advertisements on the turnbuckles as well too. So it was just like, really. So that was the only distraction that I got from it, and yeah, after the whole betrayal and everything like that, Pat McAfee um really did a was very colorful in his commentary. And so yeah, it was but overall it was a very good match. So uh you know what? Excuse me for one moment. I have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks, but like they say, when duty calls, duty calls. So, okay, up next is the Intercontinental match. Braun Breaker takes on Sami Zayn for the IC belt. And this was a brutal match. And this was it was actually pretty quick. This was actually a pretty quick match. And yeah, this was a pretty tough match and everything like that. But nonetheless, Braun Breaker defeated Sami Zayn to become the WWE Intercontinental Champion. And solid B for this match. This was actually a really good match. Also, a quick note during this match, in the Legends box, they had Braun Breaker's father and uncle there, the Steiner brothers. So yeah, it was actually really cool. Now, here comes the match that I've been waiting for, and that is Logan Paul defending his United States Championship against LA Knight. This right here was a good match. MGK accompanied Logan Paul to the ring, and um and yeah, this was a match. This was this was a match, and hold on a second. I got an itch. And then LA Knight showed up in Logan Paul's truck that he stole on SmackDown the night before. And before the match even started, they started beating the snot out of each other. And yeah, this was so yeah, it was pretty brutal before the match started. And yeah, this was a really good match. And both of them back and forth and everything. But then Logan Paul had, just can't get enough of those brass knucks. And it's like that it totally pisses me off with that yes, Logan Paul has a surgically repaired hand with titanium. He doesn't need the brass knuckles. He can do better with it without it. And so yeah. Excuse me. But nonetheless, it wasn't enough to take down LA Knight. Knight came back up, and LA Knight used his finisher for the pin and the win. and becomes the new United States champion. And this was the best birthday present ever. And because of that, I got to give this match an A+. So I am completely biased. You know, I am very objective when it comes to Logan Paul because of the past. I don't care how great he is in the ring. His attitude outside of it tells a different story, and he's a scumbag. And I don't care if he knows sees this video or not. I really don't care because I can't stand him. So, as far as I'm concerned, he can kiss my ass. So, tons of stuff there, and so yeah, I was so glad for this and everything. So I tweeted to LA Knight and saying thank you for giving me such a wonderful birthday present. So so yeah. Yeah. Up next, Bailey defends her women's championship against Nia Jax, Queen Nia. And both of these women were yeah, this was a pretty interesting match. Back and forth between both women, and then Tiffany Stratton came down with her custom made her newly custom made briefcase, and and yeah, caused a distraction, and Nia Jax becomes the new women's champion. And so technically I was right when I made this prediction, but then at the same time, um I was also wrong too, because I was hoping that Tiffany Stratton would cash in on that and didn't. So, and it's understandable. It's understandable. And so yeah. Um it was kind of meh, this match. So yeah, B minus. B minus was the perfect call. Up next, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as a special referee. And yeah, this was a pretty crazy match. And so yeah, um, a lot of back and forth in there, and this was actually very decent and everything. And so yeah, Drew McIntyre won, and I give this match name minus. It was pretty good. Up next, Damian Priest defends his World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther, and so yeah, um, brutal match, with the chops and everything like that. Of course, Gunther normally is the one giving up the those nasty chops, but this time it was the other way around, and Gunther's chest was busted open because of that, and so yeah. But nonetheless, this was a very good match. Would have given this match a higher grade had it not been for Finn Balor interfering, and yeah, this was a very interesting concept and everything. So yeah, and Gunther, because of the distraction and everything with Finn Balor, Gunther becomes the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Um, I give this a B plus. B plus. Not saying it was this match was a really good match. Would have been better if, of course, if Finn Balor didn't, cause the distraction. But in storyline perspective, I understand why it happened. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen on Monday. And so yeah. By the way, just want to remind everybody that if you're going to watch Monday Night Raw and NXT, you will have to watch it on Sci-Fi again this coming week. So yeah. Not to mention, not to mention as well, um, Friday Night SmackDown in September will be moved to the USA Network. So, and then up onto our main event, which is the most talked about main event, which is trending still right now on on X. But I know it's Cody Rhodes defending his championship against Solo Sikoa, and this was actually under Bloodline rules because they brought up this at the last minute and everything. So yeah, it's now going to be held under Bloodline rules. And nice little appearance before Cody went into the gorilla position. Um, Arn Anderson showed up and gave him a little pep talk, and Skull Mask, and it was a very good entrance and everything, and a very back and forth match. And of course, the Bloodline showed up minus Jacob Fatu, and Orton and Kevin showed up, did what they had to do. So the rest of the team, went back there, and then Jacob Fatu came out of nowhere, and so yeah, it was. So he made his presence felt, but then Roman Reigns came out. So yeah, this it happened, and looked like he gave after he did what he did to Sikoa, we're gonna see a little bit of respect over there, and I thought it was actually really cool. So yeah, it was really passable match. It was an A minus match. It was actually very good. So yeah, overall grade B plus. Like I said, very good. Best moment of the night, LA Knight winning the United States Championship, and so yeah, it was actually very good time, and then plus also tied for that you know best best of the night is of course being that it premiered on my birthday is also very welcoming as well too. So yeah. um. So yeah. The worst match of the night. I would have to go with the um women's Bailey versus Nia Jax. So yeah, I thought so yeah, it was actually pretty good. Best match of the night, as I said, LA Knight, LA Knight, um, against Logan Paul. So yeah, this was really good and everything. So yes, sir, Bob. So, all right. So before I go, might as well turn that off, and let's go ahead and make it interesting. I believe in Joe Hendry. So yeah. uh, I probably should not have put that drink in there because I am feeling it now. A little hungover. So, um, with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in this fine evening. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. If you missed any of tonight's show, check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Um, give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Comment down below. What did you think of SummerSlam 2024? Let us know in the comment section down below. And ring the bell to stay notified of what I'm going to be doing next. And support small streamers like myself by doing the most important thing that you can do for us small streamers like myself, and that is give that subscribe button a rock bottom. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you for partaking in this wonderful, wonderful journey of another year older. That's right. For those who are just tuning in, today is my birthday and everything, but um, so yeah, looking forward to next year. Not sure what's going to happen next year, but we never know. Excuse me. Well, you all have a good night there. We'll see you on Thursday with another episode of Wrestling Crime. And the Tom Dog Days of Summer has only just begun, and we still got a lot of month left and everything like that. So, we're only day 3 in. So yeah, this was a lot of fun and everything. And next week for sure, I'm gonna be testing out that Woo energy drink. So yeah, I completely forgot about that. And so yeah, um, and we'll see you on Thursday, and for Channel X. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care. So long, peace, and I believe in Joe Hendry. Have a good night, everybody. Love you all.